Well, I want to welcome everybody to Elevation Call, and it's really good to see everybody. It is the second call of the month, so we do this call every first and third Sunday at 7:30 Central, and these calls are recorded on our YouTube channel, which is Team Unlimited right now. We're going to talk about that for a minute. But we've just kind of spent a minute introducing a few new folks, and we're going to come back to that because you guys really are the lifeblood of what really is exciting in the world of Zilis. Um, but we're going to kind of talk a little bit just to frame this for some of our newcomers. So we have Michelle and April here tonight. And this team, which we call Team Unlimited, started in 2017. Really, literally, I was introduced, connected to this company by a holistic dentist, Michelle, that might be of interest to you. And he was really did not know how much I needed something. Had a son with a chronic health issue that I was not able to address through Western medicine. I was face down at age 50 with a failing marriage and really a lot of questions about my future. And so that being connected to Zilis, really, it's been 8 years of incredible growth, a lot of challenges, a lot of change. But just recently, we have now a new CEO, Angie Thompson, who literally has ushered in 10 years of development with this company, millions and millions and millions of dollars. We have products that literally have changed lives. Hopefully, we'll hear some stories tonight. They have stood the test of time. We have a brand new enhanced compensation plan. We have new leadership and all of this massively improved company. We're going to have a new website. It's going to look and feel different with the same great products. And so we've talked about renaming Team Unlimited to reflect these changes. And I was thinking about this same topic. So before we dive in tonight, because we really want to hear, I'm dying for Michelle and April to talk about what that was like to launch Buffalo. And then I also asked Susan Everett to cover the Super Saturday. So we're going to definitely go and that will be the next part of the agenda. But there's something that I read that I'm like, I have got to share this with you guys because we've talked about what do we call our team? And then that made me think, well, this is really for people who want to take the next step. They have had a product experience usually that has shown them that there's something special about this product line. And one of the things that we have learned early on is that if we don't continue to grow as people, that our business does not grow at all. And so I, as part of my desire for growth, have adopted a mentor. His name is Brian Johnson. And every single day, at least 5 days a week, he reviews a different part of literature, a great classic, something that is a Cliff Notes version. And the one that he reviewed that really got my attention is called The Happiness Pursuit, Finding the Quest That Will Bring Purpose to Your Life. And so I was like, this book is about learning from everyday heroes, awesome individuals committed to extraordinary quests that led to more happiness, meaning, and mojo in their lives. That's from Brian. And so what I want you to just maybe even take some notes is the way he defined quest. What is a quest? He said, a quest, we decided, is something bigger. It takes more time and requires more commitment than general life improvement. Still, though, what exactly is a quest? How to define it? After much consideration, here are the criteria we settled on. A quest has a clear goal and a specific endpoint. You can clearly explain a quest in a sentence or two. Every quest has a beginning, and sooner or later, every quest will come to an end. A quest presents a clear challenge. A quest requires sacrifice of some kind. A quest is often driven by a calling or a sense of mission. A quest requires a series of small steps and incremental progress toward the goal. To sum it up, a quest is a journey toward something specific with a number of challenges throughout. Most quests also require a series of logical steps and some kind of personal growth. A quest is more than life improvement. like just losing weight or doing a triathlon. We need a clear goal and a specific endpoint, challenge plus sacrifice. Perhaps we're driven by a calling or a sense of mission, and we've got to take a ton of little baby steps as we make incremental progress toward our goal. It's kind of like a modern hero's journey, finding the perfect combination of striving and achievement that comes from reaching a big goal. Some of us discover a quest, and sometimes the quest discovers us. And I want you to just kind of think about that. We're going to come back to it. But when Marcia Smith came into my life, this quest discovered her because Marcia is a holistic nurse. She's one of the most bright and wonderful people that I have met. Literally, when I met her, I'm like, gosh, she's so smart. She's so professional. She's has tons of integrity. And she wasn't just having this thing. Like, we have taken our journey very, very slowly. She was very interested as a holistic nurse who specializes in stress and sleep and helping people manage those things. We had this conversation about the endocannabinoid system and its role in all of that. And Marcia, what year did you start? What year was it January 2 years ago? Okay.
Yes.
And so what we just experienced, I was in Arkansas, but our global VP of sales said, I'm going to go to Buffalo and I'm going to help Marcia work in the field. And Marcia connected Luis with April. We're going to talk about that. And so what I got to witness was the impact of Luis and then Angie doing a FaceTime call with Marcia in April in Buffalo, New York, and corporate taking the expense upon themselves to fly out to Buffalo and launch that market. And I got to watch, I'm sitting here in Arkansas doing what I'm doing, watching the company build my people and seeing the impact on Marcia and on April. And I was touched. I was moved by the whole thing. And I was moved seeing April's response to Angie on the phone, breathing beautiful words into April, who's an amazing person. And Marcia, I can't say how proud I am of you and the belief and the courage to ride the waves, to live to this day. So I wanted to turn it over to you. Tell us a little bit about the weekend, and then let's bring April in and have her share it as well.
Okay. Well, thank you for all those kind words.
Hey, man, it's all true.
Um, oh, in this awesome community, by the way. And I think I just felt really, really grateful for the attention that, we so nicely received. And it's kind of like your long lost brother showing up and just hanging out with him. And so Louise is a gem, like 100%. And he's so good at what he does for everyone in Zilis, and he represents the company so well. I just found like sometimes I was just listening to him talk and I was kind of sitting there like, this is so bizarre. Like, I thought he's here. Anyways, it was exhausting. It was an exhausting pace because we really didn't have a lot of preparation time. And I'm unfortunately I'm very fixated on details and specifics. And I had to figure out how to shift myself into um, like doing what was necessary. And not worry about, and just let the process take over, and hopefully it comes organically. And that's the first time I've ever stood in front of a group of people where I did not have all my words written down, that I had practiced for hours. And it was actually I think it was good. I don't remember some of the things I said, but I think the message came across pretty authentically. And so that's one of the biggest things I learned, that and especially in April's studio and her space, as soon as you walk in there, you're just like enveloped by like positive vibes and all the cool gadgets and things that she has around that supports just holism and Western medicine, or not Western medicine, but like Eastern medicine, and the power of plants. And we were literally standing given this presentation in our bare feet. So was Louise. And he's like, this is the first time I've ever done a presentation without my shoes on. But it was like, she's got these really lovely carpets. And anyways, it was super cozy, but wish everybody could have been here to experience it. But I think like the pace was exhausting getting ready. And even with me having to cut back and not worry about details. So I need to like improve upon that, like find what's, important and take care of it. And I think I did. Like I wanted him to meet certain people. Obviously he already knew April and I were gonna do this together. And I wanted him to meet what I call my little golden hub at the clinic. So I had him meet my nurse practitioner that I work with, and we had a really lovely dinner. And then I had just started prospecting a new gal who just recently opened a wellness studio, like she's doing group fitness, but has a very holistic mindset and model. Like you don't have to talk her into any of that. Like she knows it, she gets it. And so I met her at the clinic. So I took him there, and that's where he was literally in the snow and like diagonal from a very, very large dairy farm process. And so he was very, what's the word? Like, he was like, I'm sitting next to a dairy farm. Like, I've never done this before. I'm in the snow. Like, I've never done this. And it was really cool, like, to see that awe in his eyes and to laugh about it. And then, we did a few phone calls, and he really we had lunch with April and him, and we got to just sit and talk, like, not so much about business, but just like get our stories across, and for him to meet April and understand where she's coming from and what she envisions for her role here in Zilis. And yeah, we had 12, 12 people at the thing, which was good. So a good variety. Like I think it was about 50-50 as far as each of us bringing some people in. So we're going to work hard to follow up with them. Some of them have already been having some product experience because they're some of April's massage clients, and they come to our little sip and stretch that we host once a month. And so it was good to see them in the audience for this thing, and that you can tell they want to support us, and that's the thing. I think we built a lot of trust. We got to keep working on that. And I did find out, and I don't know if y'all know this, but if you develop a flyer, you can attach it to Chat GPT or Gemini or whatever, as long as it has like a little link that you can put that flyer in Chat GPT, and then you just say, I'm hosting an event. This is my flyer. Like, help me figure out how to do social media posts. It's 2 weeks away. And it just like spits it all out. And then you can go and you can ask it questions if you don't know. And so that was very helpful. So that helped me fine tune like what my message wanted to be. And I think I will always use that from here out. I
I
said
was
that,
very impressed. I was very impressed with your social media campaign.
yeah. And so thank you to AI. I got a lot of good, learned some new things that I wouldn't have normally done. I probably would have just posted my little flyer, 15 times and said different things about it. But anyways, so that was something I wanted to share with everyone. And I thank you everyone for all the support and the feedback and the calls and the messages through Facebook. It really, really helped, even though you weren't physically here. And I think the overall thing was very beautiful, and we did a great job. And so I'm trying to just celebrate, making it through it, even though I was exhausted Thursday, like my brain didn't want to function. But we did it. We made it great, and we can only, improve upon it. So hopefully that wasn't too long. Sorry.
No, that was awesome. And I wonder if April can unmute, see if she's able to unmute her phone and say something with. Are you able to figure that out, April, how to unmute your phone? I'm trying to signal her to unmute. Darn it.
Unless you want to take us all off.
Yeah, I might do that.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can unmute everybody. Let's see, Marsha, you're the only one that is unmuted. Huh.
I think I did it myself.
Okay, let's see. I'm not sure I can unmute anybody. Between the two of us, April, we're quite a pair.
How'd you mute us all?
Well, I have a mute button, but I don't have an unmute button, which is kind of weird. So let me
Let me
just take
see.
a note here. It's only a mute button. Let's see.
If you push it the second time, it doesn't unmute.
Nope.
Huh.
Nope. Well, I want to just say that April was on and she was talking right before this call. And does anybody know when you're on a phone on Zoom how to unmute? Okay, because I'm never on a phone. I'm always on my computer. And we have controls right here, so I can't control the iPhone.
Lisa,
Yeah, Jean.
on the Wednesday calls, I'm on my phone in the lunchroom, and there's actually you can click near the bottom of your phone screen, and it lights up right there to mute or unmute and
Okay.
video as well.
Okay. Well, I think you're unmuted, April. See if you can say something. Nope, you're muted now. For one moment, you unmuted yourself.
Can you make everybody unmuted and we can mute ourselves and see if that works for her?
I'm not able to do that, sadly. I'm not able to unmute anybody on this call. So it's giving people the power to unmute themselves, but I can't do it from my control. So no
Probably
worries.
because it's under recording.
What was that?
It's probably because you recording it
Probably
gives
so.
you ability to mute certain
Okay,
people.
I see, April, you had it unmuted for just a minute. I'm watching your iPhone here. So can you try that one more time? I just don't hear you. There you go. Try to speak.
It's Melissa, not April.
Oh, it's Melissa. It's not, it's Melissa. Do you know how to unmute on the phone?
Well, there's a little when you tap on your screen, like Jean said,
Yeah.
if you look at the bottom, there's a mute, there's a little microphone and like a little camera, and you just
Tap the microphone.
Mhm.
Okay, gotcha. Well,
and
if she can figure that out, that's great. But I definitely want you guys to meet April. She's amazing. Marsha, why don't you tell who April is and just kind of how y'all met?
Mhm.
She's had some powerful statements.
Yeah, April is a licensed massage therapist. We have a mutual friend, and we met about 2.5 years ago at a backyard self-care day. She was there with her massage chair, and everybody was doing kind of whatever their craft was, in healing. We had yoga, I did a little mindful meditation. April had her chair. We shared, food and drink and just got to meet each other. And she told me I had a lot of knots in my back, and I never knew that. So then she decided to fast forward like a year after that, she decided to leave she was renting a room and doing her massage out of just a room in a wellness, like a dojo kind of fitness place. And so she, the universe brought her this space that she's in right now, and she decided to go for it. So she's entrepreneuring and killing it. She just made her business, gave it a name. That's been something that was wearing on her. So that's because she has it done, she feels like things are kind of aligning better, but it's called the energy exchange. So she's really trying to bring a lot of healing arts into the center, not just massage, but yoga and sound bath and Reiki and, all kinds of like really nice holistic things, essential oils, etc. So she's a single mom with 3 boys that keep her very much on her toes. And yeah, a beautiful, beautiful soul. And I wish you'll get a chance to hear and meet her too, because we're gonna keep inviting her to these calls. She's an important part of my team here, and I can't really do it without her. So we're gonna do whatever we can to get her.
When we had that little Zoom with Luis, and you were like, can I do this? Can I do a launch? And she's like, let's do it. Like, she was very enthusiastic, and she's been a huge supporter of it all. And um, she's trying to find the unmute button. We'll do those texts. See, Michelle, you're not the only one that's new to Zoom. So it's all good. It's all good. I just really am proud of you guys, Marcia. We already had a meeting this morning, you and April and myself, and we've got some strategies to help you guys move this market forward. That doesn't happen without a lot of work, a lot of energy. Anything else you want to share about just how that changed your view by having corporate and having this kind of live launch?
Oh, I think it gave us a lot of confidence that maybe we were lacking. I think both of us were lacking that. And it does just refresh our purpose and our drive, because we're all about, trying to create wellness in this community. There's lots of people. It's actually, for a small, suburbs outside of Buffalo, there are a lot of wellness businesses. And so we just need to be part of that community and drive what we have, which is unique, because nobody else has, Zilis products here. So we're going to try to tap into that with some of these other businesses, as well as our warm market. And that was very helpful too, with Louise just kind of re-identifying, going to back to your warm market versus cold calls and cold show ups and stuff. But we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna it's a journey.
I love it. So
we'll be fine.
More
when anybody
more
wants to come
confidence.
here, we'll glad to have you.
Yeah, definitely. So that's in the chat. Just a little question from Judy Baker, who's pretty darn smart. Would it work if April was able to get off of Zoom and then log back in? And April, if you want to try to navigate that, logging off and then logging back in, then you will not be muted if you log back in. So we can try that. But anyway, Marcia, I'm very proud of both of you guys. Really excited about the future for y'all. And Luis wants to go back. So whatever y'all did, he really loved it. And we've had him here in Northwest Arkansas. He's been to Evansville, Indiana. He loves to travel and to our markets. And so anyway, I'm grateful that you were open to entertain and host.
Yeah, as far as wellness goes, we probably gave him 2 of the worst meals he could ever have. He wanted to know what was popular here, and we said, like, fish fry. He didn't know what that was. So we went for afternoon lunch fish fry at a place where April used to work, which was fun. And then you got to try buffalo hot wings when you're here. So we took him to a wing place. And so he didn't
I
eat.
believe
Like
I'm
I said, this
here.
is not how I normally eat. Yeah.
She's here. Look, Judy
Yay.
Baker solved all our problems.
Thanks, Judy Baker.
Oh, that's fantastic. I thought about doing that, but I wasn't sure if I would lose it all together.
No, you didn't. See, we learned something. And see, Judy Baker, that Illinois girl's pretty darn smart. But anyway,
It even
April,
prompted
just
me. Thank
introduce
you.
yourself to this group and tell us just how it impacted you, to have corporate come to your market and
Yeah,
work with y'all.
well, I just want to thank everybody so much for being patient and allowing this a little technical difficulties to get through. And I'm so grateful that everybody hung on for this. I guess even the power of saying I believe even got me to this point today in the business. I definitely still am building the business part of my business and working at it every day, and certain things that you couldn't learn in school about business. And if y'all didn't know, if you can't have a skunk and remove them in New York State if they have babies in your business. So that's always something to overcome. And this with Luis coming was something to overcome. And it was, I want to say, an uncomfortable challenge, but I've also learned that when you're uncomfortable, you're meant to grow. And I'm so grateful to be a part of this wonderful family at Zilis. And everybody from Luis to his surprise call with Angie, that was so impactful, to the first time that I had a call with Lisa, and just my inner strength and wisdom and thoughtfulness and creativity flowed through me in my spirit, and it aligned with, the thoughtful process behind the community impact that I want to leave in this lifetime, and the health and the well-being of those around me, especially the loved ones, including myself and my children, and not even given enough credit to myself ever, which a lot of us females and males don't do, but to myself, and really realizing how much Zilis has supported me through my busy schedule and through my busy days, as I talked about everybody else and their success with it. It has definitely has, landed a taste in my mouth that is really something to look forward to in the morning with Now My Be Fit. And that was something that I had in my tool belt, and I used a day or two, and then life got busy and the excuses, could pile up. But it is really something I've come to enjoy, and I want to challenge my own self. And I know Lisa talked about the Saturday new challenge that's coming out. I'm excited for that, and just grateful to be a part of a wonderful community of like-minded individuals. And like Marcia said, I'm so grateful for all your kind, beautiful words. You are such a wonderful soul of giving education, health, wealth, and knowledge to not only yourself, but this community. As a retired holistic nurse, she has so much to bring to the table and the Zilis company. And even the overwhelming ability to meet Angie, and I did not get a chance to see any of the pictures, but the spirit that was alive in me in those moments, talking to her in real life, will forever change who I am as a person. And it was so raw and organic and beautiful, and her leap of faith in her life, and just it's such a wonderful, knowledgeable place to be. And I'm so proud to be around such a wonderful group and team of family, really. I believe life is about your purpose. I believe this quest found me as well. And I believe our purpose is to give a little bit away, whether it's educating, whether it's samples, whether it's, a complimentary class, a word, a kind thought to somebody, a supportive gesture. And I'm just here to build and watch the dreams, not only for my interim family, but the future and those to come. So thank you for letting me
Awesome.
speak and giving me the opportunity to be a part of this wonderful family. Thank you.
April, we're so honored to have you on this journey with us. And you said some things that I wrote down. Life is about our purpose. And part of that is to give it away. And the quest, I heard that coming through as well. So thank you for that. You guys are really experiencing it. I was able to experience something when Evansville, Indiana first launched in 2017, 2018. That really changed my life, and it's just gotten better and better. So hang on, guys. Strap your seatbelt. Strap yourself in, because it can be like a rocket ship. We just have to make it happen. And speaking of that, I love that, because we talked about, sometimes we discover a quest, and sometimes the quest discovers us. And Susan Everett, um, I discovered her when she sat next to me at a leadership conference. And she and Judy Baker, that amazing team, they have been very consistent. Susan, what year did you join?
Um, I don't know, 2015, maybe 16, somewhere in there.
I think it was probably 2018.
Okay, there you go. There's
There-
2018, I think.
And so you've been doing this just about as long as I have. And you have had some really significant things happen. And do you mind sharing what your check that you earned was last month?
Well, they kind of give it to you in a couple of buckets, but I know when I was Judy and I were sitting at a volleyball game, and she nudges me and she goes, "I just got my check," and I looked real quick and I go, "I got mine too," and so it was like that check was $1,050, so that was awesome. Yeah,
And
that's like,
what did you do to get that check, Susan?
well, I had last month I had 15, at least 15, but I think I was on the noggin as 15 uh, customers that had purchased, most of them through auto ship. There were a couple of just purchases that were 50 BV or more.
Okay. Congratulations.
Oh, it was awesome. Yeah, that's 2 months that I did that. So
Do you
that was awesome.
do you mind? So we have Michelle, who we're going to reintroduce here in a minute, and then we also have April on the call. So tell us, why Zilis for you, and then I'm going to, ask you to do the work that I asked you to do.
Okay. Well, it's the
Once you
least
make
for me.
$1,000, you're my
Yeah,
slave.
apparently. So Zilis for me was I've always been very interested in a holistic. My mother called me a health food nut, and that wasn't from a Southern cook. That wasn't a compliment, but it was to me because it was recognition that I was trying to do things in my eating and other health things that was taking care of my own body instead of relying on a doctor to give me a drug to take care of me. And so I tried the products, and they helped me, but really they started helping people I knew, and especially the story that's I won't tell the long version of it, but a good friend of mine uh, whose doctor had literally said you have a year or two at most to live, and turned around and walked away. I started her on CBG, and it saved her life. And so there was such a dramatic difference. It wasn't really, I mean, it was the dramatic difference of just taking a couple of drops of CBG twice a day made such a dramatic difference that there was no way that you could argue that that's what it was. And so when you see something like that and it's so convincing, then you want, I've never done anything like this before. I was a manager in corporate America and did computers all my life. And so to try to be a quote unquote salesperson and talk to people about something like this was way out of my comfort zone. But you kind of feel compelled once you see how it can help people. And then it aggravates you when they won't listen.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can relate to that, Susan, the moral obligation to feel like there's something really valuable that, and you didn't realize when we did that drug deal in the parking lot what was going to happen, and that we were never going to let you go.
That's
So but it's been such a joy to watch you and your team grow, and now to see you hit your highest check yet.
yeah.
And you worked for it. And then I said, Susan, I need you to cover the Super Saturday and tell us the highlights of that. Since you're making $1,000 or more check, do some work.
Okay. All right. Well, the coolest thing about Saturday's whole presentation was that they gave away trip volume points, and 3 of the 4 winners are on this screen right now. So Jean Workmeister,
Whoop,
Judy
whoop.
Baker, and Jenny Todd, all 3 won trip volume points, which was pretty cool. 3 out of the 4 people. That's awesome.
That's great. Congrats, guys. That's great. Coming to Cancun.
Yeah. So, they went through the BeFit Challenge winners, which is really kind of neat the way they did it and the way they showed their pictures. So if you're going to be in one of the challenges in the next time, I would suggest you go back and listen to Saturday's video if you haven't already seen it, so that you see how they did their before and after pictures. I mean, I'm sure they coach you on that, but it was really cool. And they also announced, like I think you mentioned a minute ago, that they are going to do one in December, another one, just a short one, just for the month of December. So that's pretty cool. And maybe it's a great way to get people, it's not only for us, but it's also for us to try to pull in customers, to say, hey, not only can you lose weight with this product, but if you want to, we've got a contest going on and all that stuff. So I thought that was pretty neat. But the 2 biggest announcements were that the StarPoint program is now been rebranded to be called a Wellness Rewards program, and they're bringing it back very, very similar to the way it was before. You earn points based off of your purchases, and especially your auto ship purchases. I mean, that's really what it's all about, is that trying to create loyalty, not only as us as ambassadors, but also as trying to get new customers to say, because what we want is them to have their product experience, a good experience, and then to buy that product every month, and not just a one and done, and that's why a lot of people want to do it with BeFit. They tell you, well, I'm only going to do this for a month or 2, well, okay, good. So anyway, so I think it's really cool. And one of the things I had just talked to Lisa about a few weeks ago was that one year, I think it was 3 years ago, my checks through Zilis were not very large. However, because of retail, I was retailing a lot of stuff that year, and I made like over $5,000 retail that year. And 90% of it was free product that I got through auto ship. So that was pretty cool. And so you always have that opportunity. So that's pretty neat. Oh, and the last thing was the new mobile app. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Zilis, for doing this, because Lisa is the master, as far as I've seen it, of somebody who can take, significant videos, get them on her phone, and do a really good job of getting them out to people. I suck at that. And so to have an app that you can use to actively communicate with people and have a process of doing it, to me, is a really great thing. And the cool thing about it is an it will track if somebody actually, you can send a video to somebody, but are they going to open it and listen to it? So it will track whether they open it, and it will also track how long they played it. I mean, you can't prove that they were listening to it, but at least you know that they played it. So I thought that was pretty cool. And it's going to be a pay item. They're going to do a lot of training on it, but it's a very reasonable price. $10 a month is not bad for a tool like this at all. And just for the last thing, Bo always does something at the end, to tie everything together. And I wrote down a quote from him, which I thought was really cool. He says, "Live in the basics and allow technology to help you." So, I mean, if you listen to any of his training right now, he's pushing the home meetings. He's pushing, you still got to pick up the phone and call people, or you still got to try to network and reach out to people, have coffee with them or whatever. You got to do the basics, but let technology help you do it. And so I thought that was pretty cool.
That's great. Since you're a technology person,
Yeah.
that's thank you, Susan. That's very concise, and I appreciate you covering that and sending me your notes as well, which were pretty
You're welcome.
amazing. So in conclusion, we've got a couple little things I want to wrap up. Michelle, I would love for you. This is Michelle's first Zoom appearance. And we were talking a little bit with her before this call started. Michelle, just introduce yourself and tell everybody what you do and kind of how you were introduced to Zilis. And you're muted, girl, so you got to unmute yourself.
I figured it out.
Yay!
Okay, so my name is Michelle, and I live in Farmington, Arkansas, and I was introduced to Zilis through a line dance, actually. I take one of Lisa's dance classes, and we were just talking, and next thing you know, I'm ordering some products. And right now, my husband's currently taking the BFit, and he absolutely loves it. So hopefully, in a few months, we'll see some results, and then I can share. I need a story. I need to be able to know these products and be able to tell people about these products. And I'm hoping to get there soon. Hoping to be more knowledgeable with self experience and with my husband taking it, and we'll see where this goes. I'm excited.
Awesome, Michelle. And you asked me a really good question because we were chatting a bit before,
Yes.
and proud of you getting your iPad on this Zoom call. And you said, so how do we tell people?
Yes. How do you tell people? Because, like I said, I need to be able to say, oh, this product did this for me, or this product did this for my husband. But who do you tell? Like, because with it being, like, I don't know what CBG is even. So
Okay. That's all good.
so things like that, I don't know what people would need.
Mm-hmm.
And how to explain, oh, this product can do this for you, or it's a beginning. I'm just, baby steps.
It was a really great question, and it was one that so how do we tell people?
Tell
How do
people,
we
yeah.
activate our network? Does anybody have an answer for that? What have y'all done?
You listen to people complain and I can't sleep at night. Oh, we've got Dream. I just have this ache in my joints. Oh, we've got ice and we've got topical. My dog just is he's so sore. He wobbles so bad. We've got Pet. So, and Lisa, I think it was you that sent me a sheet that said if this is the problem, it gave a list, and that's been very helpful.
Gotcha. So listening to what people are telling you, and Michelle, even though you haven't been introduced to all of the 30 products that we have yet. So if you hear somebody complaining about something, you could always say, I'm working for a company that may have a solution for that. Are you open to a conversation?
Oh,
And my
Good.
asking, are you open to a conversation, has helped me eliminate all the people that just want to complain and they don't want to do anything. And
Mm.
because they're out there, and so if you can just ask if they're open to a conversation, then you and I are going to have that conversation with them together.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so listening is one way. Anybody else have something that they can share with Michelle?
Well, this is Jenny Michelle, and I'd like to say you eat this elephant one bite at a time. It's overwhelming. It's just overwhelming. So I just say that again, you eat this elephant one bite at a time and just go slow, it's overwhelming, and that'll just do nothing but frustrate you. So just hang in there and learn just a little bit at a time.
Well, thank you.
Anybody else have a word of advice for Michelle?
Hi, Michelle. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you.
Yeah, so excited for you to be here. I think like using the resources tab in the cloud. So learn how to log into your account and go to resources and open that up, US resources. And then there's already like product training videos in there, anywhere from 15 minutes to 30. I think that's really helpful. I've listened to many of them many times. Lisa has a really good YouTube video just about the science behind the endocannabinoid system. So I think that's good for her to know. And I think it's just repetition at first, and it'll come, and then maybe just focus in on one or two products, and then just listen, like they said, listen for people to say, yeah, I can't sleep, and then offer that you may have a solution if they're willing to listen to a little presentation. Definitely the back office has all kinds of good tools, and
I do have a question.
Print. Yeah, things you can print too.
Yeah, I have a question because this is what a lot of people say. What makes these products better than others? Or what makes these products, how do I say, like compared to everything that's out there?
Oh,
Because I
yeah.
get that a lot.
They're
It's
water
like, why is this
soluble.
product better than this product? Or why should I use your product versus this product? What would you ladies say?
They're water soluble and you're getting 94 up to 94% in your system within 40 minutes.
The products
And
that
sublingual.
the products they're comparing it to are oil-based products. Your body is water. Oil and water do not mix. Everybody knows that. So you're flushing what you're buying out there. You're using what you buy from us.
I like that. That's awesome.
That's really a good answer. My thing too is if somebody says, well, what makes this better than other products? I would get curious about what they're using.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, like, what's working for you right now?
Mm-hmm.
THC gummies, it's like you find out a lot by asking people, they might be using, we just found out in Arkansas that for every 100 people, we have 71.5 opioid prescriptions.
Ooh.
So I'm just saying, when you ask people what they're using, they might say Oxy. I mean, in Arkansas, we're not a very healthy population at all. So get curious about what people are using. And then you could just say, are you open to hearing a different perspective? Are you open to hearing a different, because if they're not open, if they're not looking, as Bo talks about, then we don't really have a very big chance of really, and if we talk to them, we're just wasting our time and energy. So I was just really ask them, get curious, ask them a lot of questions about what they're suffering from. And then at some point, I just ask them a question and stop talking and see how they answer it.
Because my goal is to be off of, stay off of Ozempic for one, get off of metformin.
Which is a diabetes.
Yes, type 2 diabetes medication that I've been on for years. And it's like, I'm ready to have a clean body, so to speak.
Which is a great goal. And that's definitely worthy of, making note of. And I do think for somebody with that goal, like if you and I are talking, I'm going to say, be fit, vibe, 2 combinations, and maybe even shield. I know you've tried glow and that didn't go well for you.
Yeah, it kind of makes me feel funny. I guess.
Okay.
I'm very sensitive.
Yeah.
To medication and to just products.
So when Susan talked about CBG, we have that in something called Shield, which is a powder. And so we want to help you regulate your blood sugar. And Vibe is a liquid and Shield is a powder. So I would use those as 2 different products along with BeFit and Vibe. That's a great combination for controlling blood sugar and helping with managing appetite and hunger hormones and all the things that we do. So and you when I met you were kind of working a little bit with a different company.
Yes.
And so she wasn't really looking for another business. And so at some point though, you were open to having a product conversation.
Yes.
And that's really what opened the door for us. So really good. Anybody else have anything else that they would like to share with Michelle? Because I thought that question was really, really good. And it is, Judy says, Jenny said that it's overwhelming.
Yeah,
it can be very overwhelming to think about jumping into this thing.
Hi,
And so,
Michelle.
yes, Jean, go.
Michelle, it's nice meeting you and congratulations. You hooked up with a great team. Just try to grab her shirt tail and hang on to it. But what I really want to say is the quality. We know every step of the way what's in, the products, from the seed to the shelf, like everybody will tell you, top notch. They find one thing bad out of all the testing, the whole order gets, scrapped and burned or whatever. But quality is really, really high with this company.
Thank you.
I'd like to piggyback on that. Not only does it get scrapped, but it gets scrapped before it hits market. And that was one thing that was important to me. And not only is it water dispersible throughout the body, but you don't have to choke on pills or anything. It's easy to swallow a few drops or to help somebody else or a pet do a few drops. And you only have to take it once or twice a day, whichever works, as opposed to trying to choke down pills. Anybody basically can get 3 drops down. Some people like 4 or 6, but it lasts about 12 hours without losing potency. So you're getting a consistency of deliverance. And the Mayo Clinic study has shown that in a double-blind study that this was the case. And that is important.
Thank you, Mary. Really good. And I'm going to have Linda Painter, because Linda put me on a 3-way phone call tonight with somebody that she was eating dinner with, strategically arranged, who, and some of you guys know I'm from Fort Smith, Arkansas, and her prospect was from Fort Smith, Arkansas. So she's like, hey, let me introduce you. You might remember, this person from Fort Smith. What really touched my heart is my mom passed when I was 27 years old, and this woman knew my mom. And so thank you for that, Linda. Linda, tell us a little bit about your evening. And you're muted, Linda, so we don't hear you. The mute button. You know how that goes.
There.
Yay.
Okay. All right. Okay. Hi, everybody. They say that longevity is determined is determined by the strength of your legs. So I made it a decision, since I have a hard time exercising, I was going to go back to dancing. So I've been coming for the past 3 weeks to this little gathering that my friend started with young people and as well as a few seniors. And when I saw the seniors sitting in a corner, I went up to them and I said, hey, is this the senior citizen corner? And they said, yes. I said, well, I guess I'm in the right group. And then I just started introducing myself to everybody and introducing them to the other seniors. And to make a long story short, one lady happened to have come all the way up from Fort Smith to Fayetteville for this, an hour dance class, and then they stick around for a couple hours here. But anyway, I just been keeping a relationship with her, been texting her, asking her likes and stuff. So I asked her, why don't you come an hour earlier before our dance lesson, and we'll eat and we'll just talk. And then I just talked about a lot of holistics. I kind of picked her brain a little bit, see if she was open-minded to holistic ways, and she was. And anyway, to make a long story short, I said, you might know my friend Lisa, and she's also from Fort Smith. And I'm going to give her a call, and I'm going to let you talk to her, and maybe you guys do know each other or know somebody within the circle. And that's what we did. So she got to connect with her, and she just told me right now she's heading back to Fort Smith. She just told me, she said, listen, I'm interested in getting and doing a side hustle. And then she said, I'm really interested in doing this. She says, I see how much energy you have. And so I tell her, hey, this business is anti-aging. You just got to stick with it, and you just got to use the products and then be smart about what we eat. And anyway, so she's interested, Lisa. So
well, Linda, you look like $1 million, you little Chiquita, on the dance floor. And I'm so proud of you, because you are creating new networks, and the dance group is one of them, but you've also been doing some networking as well, professional networking, like Susan Everett, who does really, really well at that. And, if you ask Susan where she found her 15 customers, she found a lot of them in professional networking. So there's multiple ways to build this business over time, and you're doing some work, but also hopefully having some fun. And I look forward to getting to Zoom with Becky. So that's our next step. So she put
Mhm.
her on the phone with me, and I'm like, Becky, do you know how to Zoom? And she does. And so we're going to set up a Zoom, and that's the next step. So it takes five
I
to
told her
12.
if she, yeah, I told her if she can get a bunch of friends together, we'll come down and do a class. And she said, okay, I can do that.
That's right. So and so Linda calls it a class, which I think is really a sweet way of calling the opportunity presentation. But we can make it very educational, right, Linda?
Oh yeah, because you have to remember that a lot of people already have this their antenna up when they come to, oh, is this, marketing and stuff like that. And then also a lot of people are just really totally um ignorant about the holistic, that there are opportunities to get healthy and well without having to take pharmaceuticals all the time.
Right.
So when I say class, then it's just I tell them it's educational. And then it's, if they like it, we're going to welcome them in. And if it's not for them, maybe they know somebody who could benefit from this. So I try not to let it be a dead end.
So Linda, last thing, because Michelle, you haven't met her yet, but she's actually in Farmington where I am. You'll meet her.
Uh-huh.
And then April is on the line as well, who's from Buffalo. But so they're new to our team. We're so excited to have them. Tell us why Zilis for you.
Well, 3 years ago, I thought I was dying. I felt like I was dying. Had erratic palpitations. I was telling my husband what I wanted to get buried in already. I was just so out of balance. And the doctors only want to treat the symptoms and keep me medicated, and I didn't want to go that route. And Zilis was my prayers that were answered. So I am much more healthier today. I'll be turning 73 in March, and I feel like life is just starting for me again. So I don't see no slowing down, and I just having fun. I'm having fun living, and I love talking to people about every person I meet. I talk about what I'm doing. I just don't let any stone left unturned. I'd rather be known for the person who talks too much about what she does, what or about Zilis, than people not knowing anything about me. So I try to
Mm.
find a common grounds. And in this case, I have 5 ladies already here dancing that I've already talked to. I'm in good relationship with them, and they're going to come to a class. And so I'm excited with that.
So in your case, the quest came to you. And so we talked about sometimes we discover a quest and sometimes the quest
Mhm.
comes to you. And so in our renaming of Team Unlimited, I know quest is going to be in the name. So I'm going to throw that back to you guys. Help me think of what goes with quest.
Okay.
Okay? That's everyone's
Okay.
homework assignment. We're going to be we've got part of it. It's a quest. And there's a lot of different things that we could say. We've thought about a wellness quest, wealthy. We've thought about a lot of those things. But I want to hear your thoughts on that as well. What kind of quest are we on with Zilis?
Just don't say
Quest for
Johnny Quest.
success.
And
Quest for
how?
success is really good. That's
Yeah,
catchy and it's simple and it's
I'm gonna
got the
have.
right rhythms.
What was that, Mary?
It's catchy, it's simple, and it has the right rhythms.
Yay. Well, and I'm gonna, on a more serious note, I'm gonna have Hal just finish the call because he has something that he would like prayer for.
Well, so yeah, I got a call this afternoon from actually Lisa did first and then I did from my mom. And so my sister Holly, who introduced me to Zilis, she's a grandmother several times over, and one of her grandsons today was had a
Four-wheel.
four-wheeler accident where he when he wrecked, a stick went through his eye. He's 10 years old.
Oh my gosh.
And so they had to life flight him to Little Rock from Northwest Arkansas for surgery, and there's a team there, and they don't know. They've got him sedated, but they're pretty sure he's going to lose that eye, and we're actually really praying for a miracle for that, and that there's nothing else because it's, I mean, too close to the brain to know. But anyway, it's not life-threatening at this point, but definitely for a 10-year-old. That's my sister Holly. Many of y'all know Holly. You've met her. And she's a Zilis ambassador. And anyway, I just would ask that you guys would John Parker is his name. He's 10 years old.
So thank you guys for just remembering him in your prayers.
Will do.
Awesome. Any other, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.